There now follows a government broadcast on behalf of blind, partially sighted and other retarded children. Notes for teachers are available in the Red Lion Bispham, along with raspberry-flavoured condoms, amphetamines and first-year biology students from Ashfield Road College willing to take on extracurricular exam marking work for less than the minimum wage.
Listen here. Listen to science.
Pull it off, you noisy little bastards, before I come out there and clout you.
Listen to the world around you. What can you hear? Is that the sound of ethnic babies laughing? 2 ducks taking a walk along the towpath? Or is it the sound of our planet being torn apart by inconsiderate capitalist multinationals hell-bent on destroying the fabric of our civilization and killing every last stinking creature for their own self-serving greed?
All across Britain's green and patchwork country, global companies such as our very own sponsors, Instantaneous Live Cow Stripping Acid Bars Incorporated, are making gigantic strides every day in science, in a non-cynical bid to improve our humble lives and make Britain a safer, cleaner place in which to live. Look, there, listen, there's Mr. Bunn the baker. Without the help of scientists, his wife wouldn't have been able to conceive, and there wouldn't be 3 little bunyips on the way now.
Get the bloody microphone out of my face before I twat
And
you.
here's Mr. Cooper, the barrel maker, who, without the invention of the cartwheel, wouldn't be able to transport...
So you got a good feel about our ass busters at the church parade last week, did you? Well, let's see how you like having something solid stuffed up your ass.
Guten Tag, Kiddywinks. My name is Professor Andrew Menglis, although I sound remarkably like my cousin Professor Wiederbix. Today we are going to look at the future through scientific experimentation. Igor, fetch me the kitten.
Yes, master. Yes, master. No, master. 3 bags full, master. I could do this, I could do that. Shut up, you. I go find the start me pose, I go clean using. Get back. I go fight thy bottom now. There is a bloody thing. I'll give you my go sexy kitten. What a tosser. Shut up, you bloody fit.
No, set one too. It's clearly dead. Get me another one from the cupboard.
Yes, master. There you go, master. Fleshless fun.
Now then, kiddies, in this experiment, we shall see what happens when we exchange the head of an ant with the head of a kitten. And there you go. Pretty much as expected. 1 dead kitten and 1 dead ant. Write this down in your notebooks, you little bastards. Here are some more experiments you might like to try with your teacher.
Experiment 1. Nailing a bumblebee to the back of the headmaster's bald skull so that he can hang his cane from it. Experiment 2. Putting the fat wheezy kid from the remedial class into a large vat of sulfuric acid to measure how loudly an asthmatic can scream. Experiment 3. Biting the heads off a dozen weasels and seeing how long it takes a blender to turn them into a slurpee.
Thank you, computer. I'll take option 2 if that is okay with you.
You're welcome, Professor. The acid bath is good and hot, and Igor is bringing in the victim right now.
Igor, fetch me the basting ladle and the chainsaw.
You disgusting kraut twat.
This one with the ump is a member of the Tory party, sir. Shall I let him go?
The BBC would like to apologise for the unpleasant content of the previous broadcast, especially the inclusion of the word Tory. Well, following the advice of our lawyers, we have decided to replace the programme with something more suitable for daytime listeners.
What week it's been down here in Ambridge. Doctor told me I got throat cancer, so I bought a packet of Strepsils. Then on Thursday, Cecil Arkwright got his arm stuck up old Bessie's arse after her calf got wedged in her pelvis. She had to have it sawed right off up to the elbow, without anaesthetic. It were a right old mess, 'cause half the calf's head came with it.
Listen here was quite possibly the most pointless minisode from the Laura Pendlebury adventures ever made, and that's saying a great deal, given the awful inadequacies of the rest. Much to their shame, it starred Terry Sedgwick and Brian Hughes. The sound effects were produced by leaving the television set on in the background. No kittens were harmed during the making of this broadcast, although one schoolchild was severely burned by acid and later had to be put down with a nail gun.